Donald Trump traveled to Long Island this week where he held a rally, and not only did he claim that he was going to win New York by a lot, in spite of the fact that he lost it by roughly 25% in the last two elections, that was one of the more mild, outrageous claims that Donald Trump made. But throughout his entire speech, the man lied his way through it and went off on some pretty insane tangents, like when he said that in the coming weeks, he's going to be traveling to Springfield, Ohio, as if the people in that city haven't already suffered enough from Donald Trump. But it's when he started talking about that, when he said, I'm going to Springfield, even though the Republican mayor of Springfield has said, yeah, we don't want you here. Our resources are already strained. The Republican governor of Ohio has said, we certainly welcome him, but, probably not a good time. So even the Republicans in Ohio don't want Trump to go there, but he wants to make this a campaign point about his hatred of immigrants and his lies about them eating cats and dogs. So he says this to the crowd. I'm going to go there in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Springfield. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Gotta do what I gotta do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield, Trump mused. So Donald Trump is not only saying that he is going to go to this town that he and his words have terrorized, but now he's suggesting that, hey, they may kill me. I've pissed them off pretty good, but I'm going to go there and rub salt in the wound. I'm going to go there and openly mock these people to their faces by lying to them. And hey, maybe I don't make it out, right? What a horrible thing to say. What a horrible idea to have. But that is how vile and disconnected from reality this man is. And that is not even the most extreme part of what he did. He also, to this crowd in New York, who knows that he is lying about this, told a story about how if you put your kid on the subway, there's only a 25% chance they'll make it off alive. And by the way, that's not me exaggerating or, confusing what he said. That's what he said. Let me read you the full quote of Donald Trump having a mental breakdown in Long Island. Despite all the persecution I have endured from the corrupt judicial system in New York, it's a corrupt system. I love the people of this state and I want to give back. I want to give back to you. I've had a great life. I want to give back to you. We're going to give it back to you. We're going to make this city and we're going to make this state incredible again. Together, we will rebuild our roads, bridges, highways, and airports. They're falling apart. They're falling down. We will renovate New York subway. Oh, it was beautiful. I used to go to school on the subway. Can you believe it? I mean, I like to say it's not so long ago, but it probably is. But my parents would drop me off at a subway and I'd go to Union Turnpike or I'd go to wherever they had no fear that I was going to be disappearing. They would take me to a subway, put me on and say, bye, darling, bye. If you do that today, you have a 75% chance that you'll never see your child again. What the hell has happened here? What has happened? Crime in New York, for the millionth time, is declining. It's declining. It's actually declining all over the country. But violent crime in New York has been declining. And the people that live there, the people he is talking to, know this. They know that the subway is not just, basically the purge, and maybe you'll make it out alive, maybe not, who knows, and then whatever. They know that that's not true. But they're sitting there listening to this madman who claims he loves the state and the people so much. You fled the state after you left the White House. You moved down here to Florida. You invaded my state to get away from these people in New York. Don't sit there and tell them you love them so much and you love the city. You abandoned them, you SOB. But a 75% chance of having your child killed if they get on the subway by themselves. Wow. Now, here's what I do think. Donald Trump grew up wealthy. And he rode the subway to school? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound believable. And even if it did happen, I'm sure his parents weren't, we don't have to worry about him disappearing. They probably didn't care. I mean, let's face it, based on the way you are now, it's pretty obvious your parents didn't love you the way that you needed to be loved. So if they came to pick you up from the subway one day and you didn't show up, they probably would have been like, Win some, lose some, right? Oh well, who wants dinner? I don't think it would have been a really moving, horrible thing for them. I think they would have just immediately moved on with their lives. That's what I think about your parents. But either way, I also refuse to believe that your very wealthy parents didn't have a driver take you to school, or they didn't drive you themselves. You were not taking the subway. I'm sorry, that's just not believable. But I'm harping on the wrong part of the story. Donald Trump is trying to scare people into submission. People who know better. Because he, this man who now lives in Florida, is trying to tell them what their daily lives are like when he has no clue. These people in that audience know better, but none of them have the courage to even admit it to themselves that this mentally unstable lunatic is lying to their faces. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.